Stinishedit is recorded on the unceded lands of the Wurundjeri Woiwurrung people. We pay our respects to elders past, present and emerging, and to any First Nations people listening.
We acknowledge the long history of storytelling undertaken on this land.
Welcome back to Stinishedit, the podcast where we review the things we've started, finished, and what we're looking forward to. I'm Reuben, and I am grating against the oppressive shackles of this new format. With me, as always, is my co-host, Jett.
I'm Jett, and I'm sick.
I'm also sick. I forgot to say that, but now it feels like I'm jumping on your bandwagon.
You're not sick.
I am too.
You're a liar. Stop jumping on my bandwagon.
Oh, but it's got shiny red wheels.
Yeah, they're red. You know why they're red?
Why?
Because the bandwagon's in an ambulance. I mean, taken to the hospital.
But that one, they get to skip traffic. They go fast.
That doesn't, because of the red wheels.
Yeah, exactly.
Red cars go faster.
Famously, red cars go faster.
And I need to quickly get to the hospital.
And I need to quickly get to wherever you're going. Because we're tied together with this 3-foot rope.
No, we're not.
Yeah, we are.
Well,
it's a metaphor for the podcast, you idiot.
What?
The rope is the podcast.
Why is it 3 feet?
I don't know.
That's not a metaphor.
Yeah, sure it is.
It's not a good one.
Oh, no, I never said it was.
You know what we're like?
What?
A horde of elephants.
What?
Pink elephants, though.
This doesn't make any sense.
No, it doesn't.
No, but you didn't justify the pink elephants. You just freaking said a thing.
Yeah, we're tied together like a 3-inch meter. How many? What was the unit of measurement?
I used feet for fun.
3 feet rope. What does that mean?
Like, that's about the distance between us right now, for example.
Okay.
Yeah.
And hordes of elephants have at least 2 beings in them, and we are 2 beings.
You were not pink elephants.
No, we're also not tied together with rope.
That's what you think. Yeah, see?
You've tied my foot to your foot.
Yeah, I have.
Oh my God, there's another foot tied, a 7 foot.
What?
This is what you meant by 3-foot rope. God, that's a disgusting. What the fuck is that? It's got all tendrils and the bones sticking out of it.
You should just be thankful it's still fresh.
Whose foot is
Next week,
this?
this is going to be awful.
Whose foot is this? Where'd you get this foot?
You don't need to ask these questions.
I'm going to be
That's for
more
me
sick.
to know and you to find out.
Do you want me to throw up on this podcast?
Please don't.
I've done it before.
I mean,
I'll do it
Brian's
again.
here. Brian the Vom Guard will save me.
You
But still
brought
preferably
Brian
don't.
back.
I have to do it.
Can I be honest with you?
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of Brian.
Shh.
Not a fan of him.
Yeah, he's right there.
He keeps talking about this disgusting stuff like vomit and stuff. I don't know, just jumping onto people's crutches. Crutches?
It's like we're tied together with a 3-foot chain.
What's this called? Is this called a crutch?
What are you doing?
Crotch.
Are you just,
That's the word I'm thinking of. I'm thinking of the word crotch.
you're just looking around the ambulance naming things.
No, I'm
Cane, IV drip, scalpel, forceps.
I don't think you've seen an ambulance before.
No?
I don't think they have scalpels in the ambulance.
I'm still imagining this ambulance as like a 1600s vibe open bandwagon for some reason.
So where would they hold a scalpel?
Scalpel's small and easy.
Yeah, but if you're
It's not the IV drip that I would question in this medieval ambulance.
This world building is not adding up.
We can do the scalpel argument if you like.
No.
Wait, thought?
Yep.
Best item of cutlery, if you can only have one.
Scalpel.
Where does the scalpel rank?
Top.
Above fork?
Yeah.
Huge news, everybody. Radical.
I'm just thinking, you can cut anything with a scalpel, and so cleanly and satisfyingly.
Yeah, but can it do soup?
It doesn't need to.
No?
Nah.
I guess a fork doesn't do soup either. You just out of the bowl.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Lick it up like the dog you are.
God, all right.
Slip slop. Hey, don't act like you're above doing disgusting things. You brought
Don't look at the foot.
the whole foot to this podcast. It's tied to me.
I'm tied in a web. I got Brian, I got you, I got this disembodied foot that, quite frankly, I can't move a muscle in here.
You know, speaking of webs, Madam Web was a movie we saw.
Unfortunately, it was.
I don't have anything to follow that up with.
I do have something to follow that up
Oh
with.
no! Are we doing more scum news?
No, we're doing scum news update / apology / revision, which is that your scum news was misleading. True, but misleading.
What do you mean?
You said that on Oppenheimer's 243rd day at the box office, it made more money than Madam Web. And I said, what, that weekend, all up? And you said, I don't know. So full credit to you for full disclosure. But what the stat is that Oppenheimer made more money on that day than Madam Web made on that day, which I think is true on fucking any day ever. I mean, it's probably not opening weekend, but you know.
Yeah, but Oppenheimer's been out for 2/3 of a year.
Yeah, but it's better.
Yeah, but
I don't know. I feel like my surprise would have been less if I knew the real fact.
I feel like
It was me thinking that like it made more money than the whole release of a movie.
Yeah, but I don't think it would make more money than most things on their opening weekend.
No.
I think it's still pretty astonishing.
Still surprising.
Yeah. Why do you always bring up Oppenheimer?
I'm correcting your news. I'm defending your good name from those who would besmirch it.
People are going to besmirch me.
They're going to defraud and besmirch you. Wow, this is an Easter egg episode. Sorry,
over
everyone.
Madame Web?
Yeah.
I don't think
You
anyone's...
keep bringing up Madame Web.
Well, you brought up the web of
Nah, you
things
said
that
web.
you were saying.
Oh, I did say web.
You said the ropes
Yeah,
are like
true.
a web.
It's true.
Hey, I have a new
what?
segment for us.
Yeah?
Wait, but do we want to do the first segment first?
No, do this thing. What's this? I'm
okay.
hooked.
All right.
Oh no, there's a hook and now there's 4 things. I'm attached to 4 things. There's a hook behind me going to the door.
Going to the door? What do you mean it's going to the door?
Yeah, it goes out in me. I can't see it. I can barely turn around.
You gotta...
Only thinking I'm not tied to his goose currently, and I hope it remains that way for her sake.
Maybe she attached the hook.
She's looking at that foot with like hunger in her eyes, so we better keep this moving. What is this segment?
Well, you know how I famously occasionally bring up rat beef on this podcast?
Yep.
There's more rat beef.
Oh my god,
happening.
okay.
Big rat beef.
Hello to the one listener who's still with us. How you doing?
People care about rappers.
That's true.
So anyways, this is the
Every time you say, I've said this to you before off air, I don't know if I've said it on air before, but every time you say this, I think you say rat beef.
Welcome to
And I
the
do a
new
little
segment.
what in my mouth, and then I remember what you're actually talking about.
Where's the parentheses rat beef?
Woo!
Where's the beef? Is
Where's
that a thing?
the- what?
What's the beef? What's that saying? I think it's where's the beef.
Where is the green sheep?
No.
Yeah, we're back on kids' storybooks again. I can do this all day.
Who's the beef? This is gonna kill me.
That's the way the news goes.
No, it's the beef.
Margaret Pomeranz?
Who's the beef?
That was the answer last night.
Anyways, I'll tell you about the beef. You know, have you heard of the big 3?
No.
Have you heard of Kendrick Lamar?
Yep.
Have you heard of Drake?
Yep.
Have you heard of J. Cole?
Yep. I hate how you're making this extra hard for me, but yes.
Brilliant. So those 3 are in a bit of a tiff at the moment. J. Cole and Drake made a song a bit ago called it's like All the Dogs, or We Got Our Dogs Out, or Who let all these puppies go on the loose. And what they did in this song is sing about how they, along with Kendrick Lamar, are the best rappers. GOATs, even.
Wow.
Yeah. Biggest 3 of all time. Throats.
Biggest 3. Okay.
Totes?
No, but throats is better.
All right, sick. So the Throats.
On account of your vocal cords are somewhere down there and they're rappers?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
So what happened recently though is Kendrick Lamar came out with a diss track on
Everyone's favorite.
on Future's album. Future is another rapper, if you weren't aware. And what he did is he basically took his verse and he was like, fuck y'all, no fucking big 3. It's just big me.
God damn.
It's
nice.
You guys aren't on the level of me.
Yep.
Don't even try to be.
Yep.
It's not. That was a rhyme. That wasn't an actual rhyme that he said.
That's unfortunate. I wish it was.
But he was like, basically, you aren't good enough. Don't put yourself on the same level as me, which is radical. Like J. Cole and Kendrick used to be friends. J. Cole was one of the people that put Kendrick on, like basically introduced Dre to Kendrick, and then Kendrick got signed to Dre's record label. Anyways, I digress. So this is wild because these are the 3 biggest rappers, and we haven't had a good rap beef in a while, basically since Nicki Minaj and Megan Thee Stallion a month ago. So that happened, and everyone's been like, "Oh fuck! All right, what's gonna happen now? Come on, Cole. Come on, Drake.
What you got?
We want to hear your disses back. Like let's get him out." And we've had a couple of weeks and nothing. People have been making videos and memes all over the internet. Like Drake's a wuss. He can't hold up to Kendrick, but maybe J. Cole can. We will see.
Damn.
Anyways, the other day, J. Cole releases a whole album called Might Delete Later. Like Might Delete This
I
Later.
heard about this.
See, people care about this.
Oh,
you
yeah.
heard about it.
Yeah.
And it's a whole album, and in a bunch of his verses, he's going at Kendrick Lamar.
God damn.
He's like, fuck you. We used to be friends. Your first album was good. Your second album was fine. Your third album was boring as shit. Your fourth album was good again. And then your last album, like, no one listened to it. I think I added an extra album in there. But anyways, he called To Pimp a Butterfly boring.
I was going to say, which one was To Pimp a Butterfly?
The one that he called boring. Do you agree you've listened to Pimp a Butterfly?
As someone who lacks the cultural context and knowledge to make a fair objective judgment, yeah.
I
agree.
All right, everyone, go after Reuben. Go after him. I give you permission.
That's it. I said it.
Let all the doggons out.
I said it.
So screw you, first of all. Second of all, this was crazy. This was insane. He also on one of the verses of his songs said some transphobic stuff.
Oh, well, that's no good.
Yeah, he was, because in Kendrick's latest album, there's a whole song where he's talking about a person in his family who is trans and how he sort of grappled with that because he knew them as one thing and then came to know them as like after they transitioned. Like, it was a thing that he had to deal with. His family has had to sort of grapple with and grow with. And I don't know, that song, I don't know how I really feel about that song because he misgenders the person quite a bit in his sort of storytelling of this situation. But putting that to the side, J. Cole goes in and just says some transphobic shit in kind of because Kendrick did in his song, but against Kendrick. He's like, fuck you, Kendrick, something, you look like you're a man, but you still got a pussy or something like that. Like, you're still a pussy. Like, it's like fuck stuff. Sorry for the profanity there. But yeah, it was just not great. I'm like, Cole, man, I fuck with you generally. I have historically. I mean, Forest Hill Drive is great. The Off Season, I'm a big defender of his mixtape, The Off Season, which is one of his latest releases. It's just bang after bang after banger. But like, don't do that.
Don't do that.
Don't do that.
No.
It's not worth doing.
No.
Yeah. So anyways, he kind of sucks, and then he's apologized. Not for the transphobic stuff. Sorry. He's apologized to Kendrick, saying, like, only a couple of days after putting out this album, saying, oh, look, that was maybe too harsh and maybe I shouldn't have done that.
Oops, I tripped and fell and recorded a whole studio album and released it. Whoops, sorry, my bad.
Yeah, but then also part of the album, like, a lot of his songs like, hey, fuck you and how dare you, but also like, we can still be friends if you want to. Like, what if we just stop this beef and like, you're pretty cool still actually. Like, some of your albums are still really good. What if, like, he's just really like, this is not what people want with a rat beef.
We want all or nothing.
Is the rat beef? I want them scuttling around, chewing each other's toenails, nipping each other's napes, tailing each other's tails. I don't know. I'm trying to go into the rat thing. Anyways, he's apologized. I'm like, dude, this could have been something. But you tripped, you fell, you fucked up.
Yeah.
And so now we're on beef watch. For what?
My favorite.
Yeah. For what? If Drake's gonna do anything, we'll see. And
how do you follow that? I mean, you could make a better album or a better diss track, I guess.
Yeah, but
or
then
you could
it's
just do
Drake,
nothing.
So, but then we got Kendrick. I'm waiting.
Oh, you wanted to
also,
hit back?
Don't go after someone's family.
Nah, not cool.
Especially on a subject matter like that. Like, don't do that. I don't know. Anyways, I just thought I'd give you an update since you probably.
I appreciate it. Yeah, I missed it.
Yeah.
Apart from knowing that an album came out.
Yeah,
and that's it.
And for any of you listening who also didn't know, now you're educated. Now you understand somewhat. I mean, there are people who are way more knowledgeable on this topic than me. So I don't know.
I can't imagine that.
Hop on TikTok, type in rat beef and see what you get. We're going to jump into the next segment, which is, you got a drink this week?
You got to say, hey.
Hey.
You got a drink this week? Who's doing this?
What?
How does this work?
I said hey. You said you got to say hey.
You got to say hey, and then you got to say...
You got to say hey.
This week. And we're into this... Yeah, what?
And you got to say...
Hey.
You got a drink this week, hey?
Saturday?
Hey, Saturday.
Saturday night's all right for fighting. I got a drink, but it's for you.
Oh!
Yeah.
Amazing.
It's dark in here, can't read it. Don't know what it is. Picked it up from Cheaper
Dark
My
and
Miles.
hairy? The drink's dark and hairy.
The drink is, well, it's dark.
You're bringing a lot of dark and hairy things to this podcast
Name
today.
a second one.
All right, this foot
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that foot.
is pretty grotty.
It's true. It's true.
Dark green.
Yeah, I know.
Well, at this stage, it was
not hairy anymore.
More natural
Now it's
color
like
earlier.
mossy. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
It's not going well.
No.
We better keep this thing moving.
All right, what's the drink?
Sugar-free. That's bad news. Naked Life. So that could go either way. Lemon and ginger. Feel like that's good news. Iced tea. Feel like that's good news.
Okay.
You want it?
What does the Naked Life mean?
I don't know. I think that's a brand name, maybe.
It looks like the brand name.
Maybe it's opening instructions.
What
you gotta
is
live that naked life before you can take that lid off.
I thought it was like a potion to just pops all my clothes off.
Yeah, maybe. Let's find
naked.
out.
All right.
Should I film this?
No, don't feel that. I'm once again trying to open something between my knees.
Hey, I'm tied to 4 ropes, so you got nothing to complain
Where's
about.
the fourth rope? Where
The
are
hook?
these? That's not
Brian?
a rope.
The foot and you.
Why is
The
Brian?
hook, the hook's got like a string on the other end of it.
But we're
Otherwise
not tied to each other besides through the foot.
Oh, well, yeah,
foot is
okay. I didn't realize the foot was between us.
How did you think this
How
was
did I
working?
get you attached to the foot?
You just tied my ankle up.
Ah.
Tied your ankle up and my
Yeah.
ankle to another ankle that's in the middle.
They call it a 3-legged race?
You reckon we would be accepted in one? If we rocked up, they're like,
No,
hey,
'cause
everyone, we're
we
doing a
have
3-legged
5
race.
legs.
Oh, shit.
If we both tied our own ankles together to each other and then had the spare foot in the middle, that's
No.
a 3-legged race.
I think what we do
we
is
just use it like a skipping rope. We both jump up and down. It goes tum 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 tum.
I think we chop off our other leg, other
Oh
feet.
yeah,
And now we got three legs. Oh, well, you only got 3 feet. We don't even have 3 legs.
yeah. Okay, so you got to chop off a leg.
How
and
many
a
legs
foot.
do you reckon I could have?
Oh,
Sorry.
okay.
I'm trying to figure out the way to optimize a 3-legged race. 'Cause
Get a tail.
you can only have 3 legs, right? But
Yeah,
that does
sure.
you're not limited on the amount of feet you can have.
I guess not.
Or
Why don't put the whole thing on rollerblades? It goes so much faster.
yeah. Or if you could handstand fast enough. Like, could you run on
Like
your
just
hands?
walk on like 2 people walking on their hands.
Nah, just one person.
I guess.
But then they
I
have
feel like you'd lose.
I think
Like a 3-legged race is awkward, but people could still beat a handstand walking person, I reckon. But
What
what,
if you've
about
owned-
like backflips though?
I could
Like not backflips, like,
in Spy
handspring.
Kids 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, the start when where Carmen is defending the president's kids and does a bunch of backflips and then a cool fighting ready fist pose
Yes.
ready to hit
Recall this moment.
the magnet men.
Yes, that.
What a good movie. Agree with me, Reuben.
I nodded.
This tastes
Listeners know that I nodded.
This tastes
Famously,
like-
that's how that works. What does it taste like?
I guess I expected it to be like kombucha-y,
Yeah.
like a
Not just-
fizz.
Yeah.
It's
It's just iced tea, I think.
that's what it is.
That's what
Oh,
it says on the front.
I was like, this tastes like something I zoned out after you said Naked Life.
All right.
I just started thinking about,
Living that naked life.
yeah, that's what I started thinking
Yeah.
about. And I didn't realize it's iced tea. Yeah, it's just iced tea. That's pretty good.
Pretty good.
I like it.
Well,
No
we
sugar,
can
though.
never get it again because it's cheaper by miles and it'll be gone.
What do you mean? You can get
Yeah, sometimes.
sometimes.
Sometimes. It's
Did
also a
you-
lucky dip.
Did you get this because you knew I was sick and I'd need a tea?
And this is before I knew you were going to be sick. I just got this because I knew we would be podcasting and you would need an iced tea.
Okay. Suspicious coincidence.
That we both got sick at the same time?
Yeah, and that you got me a tea for when I'm sick.
Well, I could have got me a tea, but I didn't, did I?
Well, I can literally see some tea by your foot, Reuben.
Well, I mean, I bought a lot of tea bags. You want me to talk about these tea bags?
Do you want to talk about it now? Do you want to talk about it later? Were you saving it for later?
No, I honestly forgot that I got these. I got these to provide more information when I had a tea, but we took so long setting up that I finished my tea. So this tea is no longer relevant.
So you did buy tea for yourself.
Yeah, but that was after I bought tea. No, wait. What's the timeline here?
It doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
I did.
Why are you shaking that around? It seemed like you're stalling for time. Do you want to start the pod?
Yeah, we better.
What are we doing? Stop shaking that. You always make annoying fucking noises on this podcast. And I don't think you realize how annoying it is. But for me, I'm just hearing a bunch of... I'm like, I can't deal. I know that I can't deal and I'm in the room. Imagine the people who are listening straight from the mic
Yeah,
to
but
the
they can
tea.
turn me off any time.
Do you want them to
that's the-
turn... Reuben,
Aw,
here's a
I
hot
want
tip
them-
for life.
Yeah, go on.
Stop turning people off. You need to be turning them on.
Live that naked life.
With that naked life, exactly. That's what I was going to say.
This is a podcast where we talk about something that we've started, we review it, we tell you if you should start it. We talk about something that we've finished, we review it, you tell you if you should finish it, if you're halfway through, whether you should finish it. Then we talk about something that's coming up and something that's following up, and then we do mail, and then we do a bunch of other just stuff. It's just stuff, man.
It's just stuff.
It just happens, and you just sit back and let it go into your earballs.
I'm going to skip right over that.
The podcast ends.
I'm going to pretend you didn't say that.
Say what? I didn't say anything.
What have you started, Reuben?
Oh, I'm going first, aren't I? We have started. That's right. Roping you in.
You've already roped me in.
I'm doing it again. Second rope.
You said there were 5. You're bad at continuity. If I've ever said anything about you that's a thing that's been said about you with everyone else, if anything's ever been said from other people about you, it's that you're bad with continuity. And I've always said that.
But that's what you said before you found out about rope 17.
Oh, what have you started?
We have started the Melbourne International Comedy Festival.
Healing the world with comedy, making
Ha 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 ha.
Awful. Why'd you do that?
Because that's the sound that I made when I go see shows.
I've never once heard you make that sound.
I sit right next to you at shows, Reuben.
Yep.
You got
And you-
earplugs in?
Maybe I do.
You're sitting there at a
Gotta
comedy
protect those
festival.
earballs.
Protect your earballs. You got into it because you're used to seeing like hard rock, heavy metal. So you're like, any live show, I need to
It's
protect my
really
ears.
loud.
And when you have
What?
when you have someone just sitting in front of you on a stool, talking straight to your face, no mic, you're like, yeah.
What?
I'm glad I can hear everything.
Oh, golly. No, we have seen 2 shows so far, and we've got another one coming up tomorrow, red hot on the tails of the other 2. So far, we're seeing only people that we know, only people that we personally know or live near,
To be fair,
which is great. I'm a
we
huge
didn't
fan of this.
know the first person until we saw them.
But now we're like best friends.
Yeah, we are best friends.
All right, do you want to tell the people about Ashley?
All right, cool. The first person we saw is Ashley Apap and her show, Restless.
Yep.
You left a pause in there as if I'm going to do a musical sting for each of the comedy shows. I'm not.
I was just waiting for you to say more about the show.
No, this is your started it.
Ah,
you started.
damn it! Sometimes that trick works. This was a show. This was a small, cute little show at the place with the thing that was called something bar.
Oh, the bar.
Yes, it's called the bar.
The bar.
It was called the bar.
I have a joke for you.
Okay.
I've been getting inspired by the comedy festival.
Okay. Oh no.
Yeah.
I mean, great.
Yeah. One person is looking on their phone at bars to go into, like they're going out, right? And they're walking and they're looking down at their phone. And they find a bar and they almost walk into it, but they looked up just in time to swerve out of the way.
You proud of yourself?
I thought of that on the fly.
Did you?
Yeah, how was it?
I mean, other than the fact that it already exists as a thing.
No, I did a twist. They didn't hit the bar. They weren't like, 3 people
An
walk into a
Irishman
bar.
walks into a bar. Ouch, they said, or whatever.
Yeah. No, that was based on a true story.
Oh?
The other day I was looking down at my phone looking for comedy festival shows.
Yes.
And then I had one of those moments where I could just, my spider senses kicked in and I looked up and was like 2 inches from a pole right in front of me. And I was like, ah!
I think that we should
And then
rate
funnily
these
enough-
shows. Okay, yeah.
The people around me laughed and I provided comedy to the whole street.
Well, isn't that nice?
Yeah.
I think that we should rate these shows based on how much Melbourne, how much international, how much comedy, and how much festival.
Oh.
So, for example, I suspect that Ashley's show is going to do very well on the Melbourne on account of all the things that we did afterwards.
Whoa. So this show includes
It's
the things
completely
not-
arbitrary. It's the vibe. It's the experience.
I would like to review the
We
actual
should talk about the actual show a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. We came in, little rows of seats. We were late to this one, and we had to take 2 seats on the very front corner, which is always like, uh-oh, here comes trouble. Ashley was saying hi to everyone as we came in, very casual, very chill. There was a bed on stage with an Eeyore toy. So that was a good sign, green flags all around. And we basically started straight away.
By we, you mean Ashley
By
started.
we, I mean we did absolutely nothing, and Ashley was very restless the whole time. Started by like putting something under one of the audience members' chairs, and then just being like, "Don't look at that. It's
I'll
gonna
be
come
back."
up later," which I was a huge fan of. And what is there to say
I love
about
that
the
it
show?
wasn't
Yeah.
put there
Before,
beforehand.
no, yeah, very deliberately put there once everyone is in the room.
Yes.
So it's there like a Chekhov's gun that we're just like, what's under the chair?
And it was a gun. It wasn't a gun. I can't remember what it was.
Honestly, me neither. There was a lot of audience interaction in this show. Ashley was like, did an audience interaction thing. They did a bit of crowd work, and I was like, great. That was good. I'm glad, great. And then it happened again and again and again and again. And also, like, I'm not talking like, yo, put your hand up if you've been in a car accident. And I'm talking, I'm talking like crouching backwards on a chair, leaning towards you, shoving the microphone in your face,
Guy style.
and saying like, "Yo, which one of your parents would you rather eat out?" or whatever the heck that line was. Like we are talking.
Would you rather go
straight
down
to
on-
the? That's
yeah.
the line.
Yeah.
Straight to the core of the matter.
Yeah.
Ashley was like, "Who's got things that keeps him up at night?" And I went, "Yeah, me." Which, look, questionable decision because I am on the front left corner.
Yeah.
Right where she's walking.
Yeah.
So Ashley, of course, immediately goes, "What keeps you up at night?"
And you're like, and I'm sitting next to you like, ha ha ha.
I'm like, oh no, this is the worst possible situation.
Death?
The number of things that flash through your mind in that
Yes.
moment,
Yeah.
but also the absolute nothing there's suddenly nothing in there.
Yeah.
Terrifying.
So that
Anyway,
happened to
we
you
went
at the
fear
start.
of death, which is like pretty broad,
Yeah.
but I feel like fair.
No,
right?
absolutely. Keeps
Yeah.
me up at night.
Yeah. Anyway, later on you had a question, you got to answer Rocky Road ice cream, and I was like, fucking, this is so unfair.
Because the thing is, because I knew this was coming, because Ashley was going around to everyone, and I still freaked out because I don't know why, but she like whipped. I don't think she asked
The only
you.
person the first person she skipped was me. And so you were like, I'm safe, I'm ready, I'm prepped. And then you were like, panicked.
Yeah, because she whipped around and suddenly there was a microphone in my face, and I went, and I'd already thought of Rocky,
Yeah?
because the question was like, what would
Keeps you up at night.
It was what keeps you up at night, and I had that in my head ready to go because every single night, dreams turn to nightmares very quickly.
Oh, yeah.
When there was a mic in my face, I was like, I don't know. Yeah, your brain just.
Yep.
And I went, and you went, ha 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 ha. And I went,
I must admit, I was like,
Rocky Road ice cream.
You were very quick. You're not giving yourself credit. You barely hesitated.
But in my mind,
yeah, an eternity passed.
I was there for 80 years.
Now, you would not believe how annoyed I was because I had to answer what keeps you up at night and then a follow-up conversation about my fear of death and also who here spent a bunch of money on their teeth and then a follow-up conversation about braces and my oral hygiene habits. But the one that I wanted to answer, which is what do you bring to the sleepover, I didn't get to answer because I had a packet of Pringles in my bag and I was going to say Pringles and pull them out.
Oh my God.
And actually skipped me.
That's amazing.
Anyway, enough about the crowd work, I guess. I didn't realize how passionately I felt about this.
That would have
I
been
was
brilliant.
so annoyed.
What a comedic moment.
Right.
Comedically missed moment.
I flipped the top of the bag and made sure I had a good hold of them.
Ashley?
And then Ashley went, "Zoop, what about you, Jett?" I was like, fuck.
Ashley, if you're listening,
Missed opportunity.
really want you to know how much you fucked up.
Yeah, you cooked that
It was
one.
right there.
It was right there.
Man.
Think about all those bad answers that people gave and you missed Pringles with an accompanying prop.
Yeah, name some of the bad ones.
Pringles, but they didn't have a prop.
Oh, yeah.
I heard them say that and I was like, you fool.
Was that before or after you?
Before.
Nah, that wouldn't. Never mind. Ashley, you did the right thing.
What? What?
You can't say the same thing.
I had a prop.
It doesn't matter. You're a loser
I'll
if
bring
you
out my tea.
Put the tea back.
Ah.
Just because I had tea, now you have tea. You are copying me. You're a copier. You're a copier.
I like the bit where... What?
Oh, fuck. It's done double-sided. Hold on.
Ink is running low. Black. Ow.
There we go, did it.
No way it's that easy. Adjust paper tray.
Fuck. Turn back into a human, please. I don't like you as a copier.
Paper jab, paper
No.
jab, paper
No.
jab, paper jab, paper jab. I love the bit when we just renamed a member of the audience. She was like, what's your name? Not anymore. I don't remember their real name.
I don't remember
All
the
the
fake
name we
name.
renamed them.
No,
I had them both in my head mere moments
not
ago.
because it wasn't memorable. I just have a bad memory.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was a great show. There was some you know, we've talked about the good. Let's talk about the things that were also good, which was but you wouldn't expect it to be, I guess.
Surprise, good.
Which is Ashley was sick.
Oh,
kind
yeah,
of.
like quite unwell.
Yeah, and had to keep going for cough lollies and a coughing phlegm into a tissue.
Yeah.
And you might be like, wow, that sounds terrible.
But.
With some simple, easy directions at the start of the show from Ashley saying, hey, every time I do this, every time I go for a tissue, if y'all could just cheer and cover the sound, that would be great. You know what? Our little community of audience members cheered their heart out. And that was really fun. I don't know. It
was.
worked.
We
It
really
worked
became
well.
a family, which was one of the themes, question mark, of the show. There was like family and there was like restless. Like on one hand, the conceit of the show was that Ashley couldn't get to sleep, but also like did not stop moving or talking or doing something the whole time, which was great. There was always something going on.
There was a lot of movement.
Is this a complaint?
It's just an observation.
I like the bit when they just opened the door and yelled something out to the room at large.
I thought they accidentally leaned on the door and the door opened. They're like,
That's
oh,
entirely
sorry.
possible.
No, like generally your comedian stays on the stage, maybe might come out to the audience to ask a question, but then will go back. No, Ashley was constantly like moving around on the stage and then just coming on the side of the audience, just coming by and just doing some bits from the side.
Stand-up
and just
comedy,
chatting.
more like run-around comedy, am I right?
Yeah.
I love the bit when someone left for the bathroom and Ashley was like, it's okay, we're going to wait. And their friend was like, they've needed to go for like half an hour, but they didn't want to be rude. And she's like, that's fine. We're a family. We've got time, right? And they check with the director and they're like, yeah, I think we got time.
Yeah.
And we just had a chat and waited.
Yeah.
It's like the show never paused.
Yeah. It was great. And when the person came back, we were all weirdly silent.
Yep.
And Ashley had to reassure them, no. We were talking about it.
We weren't talking about you, just
Yeah.
your absence.
Yeah.
You know?
Just your absence. Yeah.
Just your absinthe.
Can I talk about the drink that I had this week?
Sure.
For the
Hey, you
show?
got a drink this week, but it's also started it?
Yeah.
That's nothing, sorry.
No, that was I've noticed at these comedy shows, the two that we've been to, they will say, hi,
People want you to have a
welcome.
drink.
Buy a drink before you go
Yep.
in. And I'm like, I
And
look
you
at my
get guilt-tripped
watch.
into it immediately.
I'm like, we're late for the show, but if you say that it's good, then sure. Like if you say I have time. This time I looked at their specials and they had whiskey for $7. Now, you might get caught out by that because you might look and be like, oh, whiskey for $7. But maybe I want, you get whiskey, but then you don't want it on its own. You want it with a mixer. So maybe you'll have Coke or something like that. And then maybe the Coke's $4 and now you're paying $11.
Coke's $4?
I don't know, probably.
Probably.
So my workaround in my brain was, I'll just take the whiskey.
No mixers.
I went to the bartender, I said, whiskey, please. And they said, okay, you going to follow that up with anything? And I was like,
Okay, but do you want to spend any more money?
no. And they said, on ice? And I said, yes. And they said, all right. And gave a bit of an eye roll.
All right, but we're losing money. I'm throwing it away.
And then they made me the whiskey and gave it to me. And I was sipping on that the whole show.
Might as well pour it down the drain at this price.
I honestly should have, because it tasted like shit. $7 whiskey on the rocks is not good. It is actively bad. It took me out of the show multiple times.
really?
Basically, every time I had to have a sip, I was like, yeah, this is
It
enjoyable.
did take you a long
Oh.
time. You
Yeah.
had that for like most of the show.
And it didn't get me significantly buzzed, sufficiently buzzed. You know, I don't know. I'd want maybe 2 whiskeys next time. That's not going to solve my problem.
Well, mine. If you have
$14
enough.
though. $14 for 2 whiskeys. And actually, I could be justified in doing that because you'd be there as well. So I'd be like, 2 whiskeys, please, on the rocks. And they hand them to me. And then I just immediately pour one into the other. And hand the glass back.
Just like stare the bartender down like, oi.
It's like the cost of 1 shot. That's brilliant.
So, to finish our extremely objective scientific ranking, the comedy was good.
Oh yeah, sorry, I forgot our categories. Comedy. Wait, what?
Melbourne
You've said good, but you're also
Comedy Festival.
you're holding your thumb at the side right now.
That's just number 1. Do you want me to start at the pinky? That would be weird.
Well,
look at this. Look at my pinky.
Why
Don't
is
look
your
at my-
pinky
don't look at the
grosser
foot.
than the foot?
All right.
That one's gone
wipe it off.
orange.
I'll just do this here. Look at
Oh,
this finger
it was
here.
Cheeto dust.
Oh,
It's
that's
fine. Yeah,
That's fine.
yeah. Why do you always have snacks about?
I don't know.
First you have Pringles, now you have
But
Cheetos.
how good am I getting at eating them quietly?
Oh, you're brilliant at them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's how it would normally sound if I wasn't.
No, shut the fuck up. Okay, so I'm just gonna cover that sound. You're welcome, everyone. So, are we ranking them out of 5? Or
No,
are we
we're
just saying-
ranking them. I don't understand why this is so hard for you to understand. The ranking is
Because your
Melbourne
continuity is
International
terrible.
Comedy and Festival.
Yeah, so it's just yes or no for each of those?
Yeah.
Is it
Was it good? How good was
is
it
it
of
a
each of
5
those
stars?
things? Fine, we'll take 5 points in each for a total out of 20 points. Happy?
Yeah, all right.
Fucking fine.
Sick.
All right.
All right, well,
So how Melbourne was it?
how Melbourne was it? I would say, now, how Melbourne was it?
It was on Little Burke Street.
Yeah.
Or wherever the heck we were.
Can you
right
remember
in
the
there,
name of
a little bar.
Yep.
The back room of a bar. You're going to love some of these venues.
I think that it was quite Melbourne. Ashley, we know, lives in Melbourne because, also surprise, she lives in our building. So that's fun.
Can't practice her comedy because it's covered by the cone of silence that surrounds us.
I know.
in podcasting. Must be really inconvenient.
Well, what are you going to do?
Okay, but was the night or the event Melbourne, or do we just know that Ashley lives in Melbourne?
I think the vibe was Melbourne.
The vibe was Melbourne. 4 Melbourne? 4 out of 5 Melbourne?
I would give 4 out of 5 Melbournes.
Okay, 4 out of 5 Melbournes.
Okay, how international?
How international? Now, you might say not at all, but I would say
yeah.
lots of Italian references in there.
You know what? There were quite a few Italian references.
So I would say that lifts it from the minimum 1 to a 2.
I would say, I thought the minimum would be 0 first of
Okay,
all.
that lifts it from a minimum 0 to a...
I think it still deserves a 2 international.
Really?
I feel like an international audience would appreciate because
Okay,
restlessness
I'm listening.
and
That's universal. You know?
I don't know. I feel like it's not universal, Reuben. International.
Restlessness. Oh, sorry.
Jesus.
It's not called the Melbourne Universal Comedy
The
Festival.
continuity on this guy. I'll give it a 2.
Okay.
I'd say we give it a 2 out of 5 for international.
How much comedy?
How much comedy
How comedy?
in terms of comedic laughing?
Yeah, sure.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm going to give it, I think a 4.
Okay, 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because there were some introspective, less comedic bits.
Yeah.
Where it's
Yeah,
like,
a
oof.
classic.
I mean, to be fair,
Mm-hmm.
the 2 less comedic bits that I could think of
Mm-hmm.
was the bit where they were spurred to talk about death, but that's your fault.
Yep.
And the bit where they were spurred to talk about, like, have an actual conversation about boring braces, which was also partially your fault.
Okay.
So,
So I am responsible for the loss of 2 separate half points,
yeah,
resulting in a 4 for comedy.
4 for comedy.
Okay. And how much festival?
How much festival? Now, I think that this ranks pretty high on the festival because when I think of festival, I think of a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah.
And this one comedy special had a lot of stuff going on.
I love how immediately after we left, we saw them bumping out. I was like, boom, that's a festival right there.
Other people bumping in. We saw Maggie Smith herself
Yes.
in the venue after we left. Sure, it was a projected photo of her.
Yeah.
But it was Maggie Smith. I didn't know the context.
Festival.
Festival. I think is very festival. I would go out and say 5 out of 5 festival.
I will allow 5 out of 5 festival, but only because of the things we did afterwards.
What did we do afterwards? Oh, we
Pool
hosted
and
our
kebab,
own
I think.
festival.
Yeah. Oh, and also we hosted that festival.
Yeah. No, we did do pool and we did.
You know, I feel like that's part of it.
Okay.
Or is that part of Melbourne?
I think that's part of Melbourne.
No, because you can do those things anywhere. It's part of festival.
Okay. So you're saying 5 out of 5?
I'm saying 5 out of festival.
Congratulations, Ashley.
Festival.
You got a 4 out of 5 Melbourne. You got a 2 out of 5 international. You got a 4 out of 5 comedy. And you got a 5 out of 5 festival. Which all adds up to
50?
9.
16?
9 plus 4 is 13. 15! 15 out of 20. Congratulations. What was the second show we saw?
Second show we saw was Happiness Lol by Joseph Green.
Happiness lol.
That's what it's called.
Oh.
Did you experience happiness? Did you lol?
I did lol.
Yes, me
Well,
too.
lol is laugh out loud.
That's correct.
Famously.
Correct. Or lots of love.
Ha 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 ha.
Yeah, no one laughs like that.
I do.
Hey, I've got some pretty cooked laughs, and even I do not laugh like that.
Not cooked enough then. Cook
Okay.
your laughs longer.
All right.
All your laughs are too raw. You can't even sink your teeth into them. They're too chewy, too mushy. Give
What
a
are you
hard,
proposing?
soft steak of a laugh. Mm-hmm. Ha 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 ha.
A rat beef of a laugh, if you will.
A rat beef of a laugh. As long as it's cooked. I want no raw rats. Sorry, that was my fake laugh. Ha 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 ha. Tell me about Joseph Green.
Okay, I will. Well, I feel like it's impossible to talk about Joseph's show without talking about the incredible circumstances under which Joseph presented this show, which initially I thought were a funny comedic bit.
Me too.
But learned after the show was real, which is that he had been in hospital for 4 days, had cancelled multiple earlier shows of this show, and had also had a breakup. Mm-hmm. So I thought this show was real funny.
Yeah.
Because it could have been real depressing.
Yeah. By many means, most of the shows that he'd put on were very depressing, considering they didn't happen and he was in hospital for a swollen eye. He couldn't see out of one of his eyes.
Yeah, bad.
It sounded very bad. But his eye was looking fine as hell, if I do say so myself.
Yeah.
And his stories, his comedic stories, just as
Fantastic.
fine. Just so good.
Just good. The conceit of this show was that
Oh
Joseph
yeah, sorry. By fine, I didn't mean like fine. I meant good.
sounded real rude.
Yeah.
Joseph has just finished a law degree that took 18 years to graduate from.
Congratulations, Joseph.
So he had stories about his early months working in a law court. He had stories about various trips to India and Nepal. He had stories about a third thing that I was thinking about just before and have now forgotten.
That's fine. That happens.
Yeah.
Stolen for time. 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 Ha 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 ha. Stolen for time.
It was working as a stripper on the Mornington Peninsula.
Ah!
The opening of the show. How could I forget?
Yeah.
How could I forget?
I mean, he did. When
Yeah.
it was brought up to him. The context of the joke is someone goes to him and they say, hey, I think I've seen you before. I think I know your face. And he's like, no, I don't think so. And they're like, no, because did you worked as a stripper on the Mornington Peninsula? And he was like, no, I didn't.
No, you must be thinking of someone else.
And she was like, are you sure? Was it this bachelorette party in this particular year?
Well,
It's like,
me, it must have been someone else.
think about it again.
Oh shit, you're right.
He'd just completely forgotten about that arc.
On account of how terribly it went.
Yeah.
It was a great story.
Yeah. Ask Joseph Green. We're not here to retell jokes.
No, much as I want to. Like when I talk about a comedy show, I'm always like, remember the bit where they said the thing? And remember the story about the guy?
Yeah. No, we're just here to judge them and
Are we?
review them
Oh,
and
yeah.
scrutinize them.
Yeah, and take them apart and figure out how they work.
Yeah.
There was one joke that Joseph told, and he said, I was telling that joke a few nights ago, and there was a reviewer sitting right where you guys are and pointed to us, right in the front seat there. Again,
We were in the
front right.
Front right.
But whereas with Ashley's show, it's because every other seat was full,
Yeah.
and we rocked up and those were the only ones left. This time we were the first ones in there, and there was heaps of empty seats, and you took us directly to the front right. And I was like, bold choice. If there's any questions about death, you're answering them.
Okay, to be
You're
fair,
answering them.
well, were there questions about death?
No.
No.
Which I was mad about.
Yeah.
Didn't even have Pringles that night.
No, I took us to the front because I succumbed to hospo peer pressure once again. The person from the venue who took our tickets said, "Go to the front and fill up the front seats." And I was like, "Oh, yeah."
We specifically offered you a drink. Neither of you bought a drink. Least you can do is sit at the bloody front.
Then we did.
That was the subtext. They
Yeah.
didn't say that, but they did say, "Hey, feel free to grab a drink."
And this time I'd learnt
Not to be fooled.
not to be fooled.
Not to be fooled. And so Joseph said, "I told that joke," and the reviewer hadn't written anything in their book all night, and they just shook their head and started writing. But I really liked that joke.
I thought that was a very good joke. In fact, we are reviewers.
Oh, yes?
Well, we're
You
reviewing.
got a notebook?
I've got a notebook. I looked down
Yep.
and I smiled and nodded
They giggled at my knees.
and
I went,
wrote in my notebook.
Yeah.
Not giggled.
Yeah.
I went ha 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 ha.
No, of course.
It was just
You
me
maniac.
writing, scribbling about, going ha 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 ha.
There was an interesting contrast to Ashley's show here, which was that at one point about 3/4 of the way through, I went, I don't think Joseph's moved his feet.
Whoa!
And he did later
reckon
on.
he's a puppet?
Like, for example, that really good joke. A puppet,
You're famously very much a fan of puppet
famously.
comedians.
I can name so many.
Yeah.
Randy
Feldface.
Feltface.
There's also that
Feltface.
There's that
The guy
one.
who does Randy Feltface.
Have you seen that bird?
What,
That US
Big Bird?
No, not Big Bird.
An eagle? That US bird, the eagle?
No, not the no.
Air Force One. Is it a bird? Is it a plane? Yeah, it's a fucking plane.
I was hoping it was Superman.
Superman doesn't exist. That's my Superman, the President of the United States of America.
Oh.
Is it a bird? Is it a plane? No, it's Superman on a plane. My Superman on Air Force One.
And then
This
you
joke
salute
is going to age poorly.
very badly.
And then you salute, and an eagle goes, caw, and an explosion happens in the background, and there's fucking oil everywhere suddenly.
You talking about Death Stranding?
Maybe.
Whoa.
Maybe I am. Maybe it's a metaphor for America.
Don't- you're not
On
good
account
at
of all
them.
those ropes, strands. There was a metaphor
No,
after all.
no, it's not.
Continuity.
No, it's not.
Woo!
You're like, as long as I say enough things, eventually things will connect.
You wrap them up with a rope in that game. Everything's tied with ropes.
I've never tied
That's
anything
the whole
with
point.
rope.
Bridges and connection. And well, you didn't play the game.
I was gonna say something.
What was it?
What were
Yeah,
we
I
talking
bet you-
about?
I bet you miss it.
The bird.
Oh.
There's this bird in the US that's a puppet that basically is Randy,
Yeah, we're
but
still
the
on
US.
US birds. I thought we mined US birds for all there was, but they mined oil for all there was, and then invented fracking to get even more oil and more mining. So you're right. This is the most American thing we have to do. Keep talking about American birds.
I will. I have nothing more
I'm
to
not
say.
happy about it.
I have nothing more to say about this American puppet bird, but it seems like a knockoff Randy. I'm not happy
Is
about
it
it.
Elmo?
No, it's not Elmo.
Just checking.
It's a bird. It's an adult comedian bird.
That's a normal sentence to say.
Fuck off.
Joseph told a story about cricket, and I had heard the first half of this story about cricket, and I was laughing along, and then it had a secret second half, and I was like, this is great. I gotta come to the next show and see if there's any more to this story about cricket. Really good.
Wait, in this show or the last show that you saw?
But both. There was a joke about cricket,
Yeah.
a story
Yeah.
about a thing that happened
Yeah.
in India,
Yeah.
and Joseph told that story.
In a previous show.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then in this show, told that story and also more that
Yeah.
had happened since.
Do you reckon it's going to compound? Like there's going to be more next time?
That's what I just fucking said.
You said it in a weird way that didn't
Did I?
connect.
We need more ropes to connect.
No.
That's a
more
metaphor.
Ropes.
Okay.
No more ropes. All right. Should we make our judgments on Joseph Green?
Ooh,
Or do we
let's
have
rate the show according to our famous Melbourne International Comedy Festival marker.
the MICF?
The microphone.
The
Microphone ranking of the MICF.
you just naming things
The
in the room?
MICF microphone.
Microphone, foot, hook.
Ah!
All right.
How Melbourne was it?
I thought you said Elmo again. and
Yeah, how Elmo? How Melbourne was it?
How Melbourne was it?
Not very
Not very Melbourne. I'm gonna say. Oh.
0 Melbourne?
No, I'm gonna say-
it was in the back room of a bar.
I'm gonna
just
say
off Burke Street.
2 out of 5 Melbourne.
2 out of 5 Melbourne?
It wasn't very Melbourne.
I was going to
Most
say
of the
1 out
time,
of 5 Melbourne.
Joseph talked about how he was
Mornington
in New York
Peninsula,
for a bit.
New York,
Mornington Peninsula,
India,
Nepal.
Yep.
Too much.
I think 1 out of 5 Melbourne.
All right, 1 out of 5 Melbourne. Fuck you, Joseph.
How much international though?
5 out of 5
Yeah.
international. Go you, Joseph. Very
Goddamn
good.
right. How much comedy?
How much comedy? Now, once again, started
What a
off
tragedy.
by saying, I've been fucked up this week and my partner and I split up and I've been in the hospital and that sucks.
You know what they say? Comedy plus tragedy equals time. It can't fuck. Tragedy
No, that
plus-
was it.
Yeah?
Comedy plus tragedy equals time. We
Okay.
figured out how to
When we
make
took
more
out-
time, everyone.
Oh.
We can live forever. No more death.
Just tell an equal number of jokes as you do sad stories.
Yeah.
If I'm cackling like a maniac all the time and you're bawling, we'll live forever.
Yeah.
Sounds like a great deal for me.
I'm down. Perfect. How much comedy? I'm gonna also give it a 4. I think.
Okay.
Because I think there was
Fair.
but yeah, I don't know. I'm thinking but do 5 out of 5 comedies really exist?
No.
Can you have comedy without tragedy?
No.
No, they're two sides of the same mask. You have to
Yes.
flip one upside down or flip the eyes upside down.
No, it's the mouth normally.
No, but I think it's the eyes as well.
Smile frown.
Yeah, but I think that the frown goes down and then the smiles
Oh,
go
like
up.
those two famous theatre masks.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah. Yeah, they're on little flaps, so you can just flip them over.
Okay,
and switch
I
it.
will allow for comedy.
All right, what's the last one?
How much festival?
How much festival? I think, what do you think?
What's this rating for again? What is festival?
Festival is how much festival?
Well,
I spent so much time grilling you about this.
maybe
this
it's our
ranking.
fault that we didn't festival this night as much as
We
we could.
didn't
We
festival.
got a lift into the city. Scumbags. That is not a festival thing to do. It should be public transport
Yeah.
and walking through the rain only. However, I've just reminded myself of all that public transport and walking through the rain that we did on the way home.
Yeah.
That was actually quite a saga.
Okay,
So I
that's
feel like
some
that
festival.
adds to the points of festival.
I think, but how much festival was the show, do you think?
Well, it was very indie. Joseph packed up, strolled out, said, yep, thanks to the Spleen Bar guy. It was closing night. Everything was
Yeah.
very chill. No one bumped in immediately afterwards.
No one bumped in. Also, there
But
were
Joseph
no...
bumped out.
There was no props and, like, there was no... I don't know. It was just basic...
There was 2 photos.
There was 2 photos, just printed on A4 sheets of paper. That's a good point. But also, I don't blame Joseph for any of this. Because
Again, on account of the hospital thing.
yeah, I think it's a 3 out of 5 festival, personally.
Okay,
I think 3 out of 5 personally.
I can concede to that.
All right, so Melbourne, what was it?
1.
1. Comedy.
No, you fucked it.
No. International.
5 out of 5.
Comedy.
4.
Festival.
3.
Okay. Fuck. I gotta do maths again. All right. Melbourne 1. Wait. Melbourne 1. 5, 6. Comedy.
I think it's
comedy,
a
4. Wait.
I think it's a 13 or 14.
Wait. Hold on. That's 6 plus 4 is 10. And then what are we? 3.
Nothing is
13.
Nothing is 6.
What? No, the 5 plus the 1.
Oh, right, yeah.
13.
Yeah!
Congratulations, Joseph. You got a 13.
You got a
on
13 on the MICF.
the MICF scale.
Yeah, great.
Right. You know what?
What?
Just letting Ashley and Joseph know
Mm-hmm.
this. You can take anything that we say and put it on anything.
Oh, yeah.
If you want to be like, stinishedit gave us a 15 out of 20 on the MICF scale, a 13 out of 20 on the MICF scale.
Do it.
You can lie. Say we gave you a 24 out of 20. I don't give a
Fucking
shit.
do it.
Do whatever you want. Take our quotes and run with them.
To close out this section,
Yeah.
should we rate this episode of this podcast so far on the MICF scale? I haven't thought this through. We're either going to do real well or real badly.
All right. How Melbourne?
Pretty Melbourne.
Pretty Melbourne. We're in Melbourne.
We're in a random closet in Brunswick.
Yeah. I'll give it a 4.
Strong 4, okay.
All right.
Bold.
International.
Not very.
Not very.
Although
0.
we have all those Russian listeners and Brazilian listeners and Swedish listeners.
Yeah, but they're not
part
here.
of it. No, they're not.
0.
0.
We get a 0.
You're right, we do.
Comedy?
Yep.
Giving us a 2.
Okay, that's fair.
Festival?
It hurts, but it's fair.
I'm sitting on the floor right
This
now.
is not a fair. We are in our own home.
Oh, good point.
This is anti-festival. It's slapped together.
Slapped
It's
together.
indie.
I'll give us a 1.
The audience is, I don't know what the audience are. I was going to say uncomfortable, which is the quintessential festival experience. The
2.
performers are uncomfortable.
Yeah.
That's very festival.
I'll give us at least
2?
a 2. So,
Okay.
we got a
4,
4,
a 0,
a 0,
a 2,
a 2,
and a 2.
and a 2.
So we got 8.
We got an 8.
8.
8 out of 20.
Well,
MICF.
That's
Brilliant.
fair.
Do you recommend people start the MICF?
go to the comedy festival. It's on for a couple more weeks. You cannot see Ashley anymore, but follow them on socials and go to the next one.
Yeah.
You cannot see Joseph anymore, but follow them and see them at the next one.
Yeah. Oh, Ashley has if you go online, Ashley Apap, I can't remember what their thing is called, but they have a show with Stupid Old Studios where they recorded a bunch of fun stuff.
We will put it in the show notes.
Yeah, we'll put it in the show notes. And then we'll just, I don't know, let's just, you personally know Joseph Green. So you have his number, presumably. We'll chuck that in the show notes too, if you ever want to give him a message.
Should we talk about the other shows we're going to? If people want to go see what we're seeing?
Yeah, try and do it. You could.
You could.
We're putting this out tonight. We're recording very late.
Yep.
We're seeing Ben Russell tomorrow, Thursday.
That's not right.
Oh, shit.
You continue to get this not right.
Who are we seeing tomorrow?
We're seeing Alex Lowe's tomorrow.
We're seeing Alex Lowe's tomorrow on the 11th of April.
Yep.
Next week, we're seeing Ben Russell on the 18th of April. And we're also seeing, what's it called? Haunted, Murderous.
A haunted
Murderous.
mystery. A Scooby-Doo mystery
Improv.
musical.
An improv.
I think you'll find it's a Scooby-Doo mystery improv.
All right, if you can figure out what we're going to, what that is, we're going to that also next Thursday. So
who
come
else
along.
is great that's on?
I want to go see Beck Betrayed
Let's
Us.
take turns. Great.
Beck is great.
I'm going to say Hannah Gadsby. I'm going to take all the low-hanging fruit.
All right, I'll take another high-hanging fruit.
Yep.
And I'll say,
Just an obscure
do
chap.
go on. They're doing live podcasts.
Oh, great call. Those are on like 3 p.m. or 3:30 Sundays.
Yeah.
I'm going to say...
Stolen for time.
Oh, what?
Stolen for time.
Filthy Casuals pod.
Oh, fuck.
Hmm.
Okay, I'm going to say Reese Nicholson.
Okay, fine. Then I'm going to say Reuben K, but twice because he's doing 2 separate shows.
You can't say him twice because I'm going to say the second show, but not the one that you thought
shoot.
of Reuben K. Now
Okay.
you go.
Mish Whittrop has a show.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm going to say, oh, fuck.
It's really difficult, actually.
Oh, fuck. Oh, shit.
Because I stole all yours.
Yeah, I know you did. All right, I concede. Fuck you. Fine.
Great, because I had no more.
You're doing more comedy than
Pull
I'm
the
doing
draw.
comedy.
I really will not be.
Congratulations.
Famously, no one does more comedy than you.
This is famous.
As an audience, though.
Yeah,
Not as-
never.
not as
No,
a-
God. Imagine me on stage.
Yeah.
It'll be bad.
Oh.
It'll be terrible.
Nah, you could do it.
I would get a 0 on the MICF Scale.
Well, you couldn't get a 0. If you were performing in Melbourne, you'd get like at least a 1 or a 2.
No.
No?
I would go
Negative
into
comedy.
out of like wouldn't count as Melbourne.
You would leave.
Yeah, but I'd advertise it as
You would go to Geelong.
I would go to the Mornington Peninsula.
Oh.
Yeah.
Sounds
and then
steamy.
I'd trip in with my pants halfway down and people would laugh and I'd be like, thank you for coming to my MICF show.
Also, I'm going to play a guitar song that's not very good. I'm going to play Wonderwall and attempt to regain my dignity. Oh, now we're just stealing jokes from other people.
Then that's what we do.
negative comedy.
Yeah. Do you want to move on to the next segment?
Yeah, what have you finished?
The next segment has finished it. And I have finished all of the Predator films.
Oh, great. Me too.
Crazy. So for those of you who...
I wish we'd left more time for this.
I know. For those of you who aren't up to date, Reuben and I decided a while ago after we watched the movie Prey, and we realized that we hadn't seen any of the Predator films, that we would do a Predator...
Backwards
How
thon.
you say marathon? Yeah, but backwards. Meaning all the films in release order, including the Alien versus Predator
It
films,
was a dark day that I agreed to that. You
But-
tricked me into that.
backwards. And we finished it.
We did it.
It took a lot of
It's
effort.
over. We
Ah.
sat on the couch multiple times. So much hard work. Mm-hmm. Honestly, some of them were hard work.
Some of them were great though.
Some of them were great. One of them was great.
One of them was really good. That one was Prey.
The
That
first one we watched.
Yeah, all the rest, quite questionable.
Was it good enough to get us through 6 other movies? No.
We started this over a year ago also.
Before we had a podcast, question mark?
I think so.
Jeez
I don't know.
Louise.
But it was a while ago. And to be honest, it slowed down dramatically like midway through.
Yeah, I think it was after the Alien versus Predator.
Alien vs. Predator 2.
Which was still both in a row for us.
Yes.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. So I have a list here of all of the Alien vs. Predator and all the Predator films.
Great.
focusing on that. Just to give us a bit of a refresher
Yes.
on what all of them
Great.
are. So I thought I'd run through that. So now should I go in? I'll go
You
in
should go in regular order.
nonological order.
No, you should go in a logical order.
No, nonological.
No, that's funny. That's
Nonological
very
is the
funny.
reverse order that we do.
Okay.
Okay, so a nonological order.
So in order to explain to the audience, we're going to do a non-logical thing.
Yes.
Just a nonsense. All right.
So
That's
first
never
off,
stopped us before. All right.
we watched Prey, which is a prequel set in the year of 1719, depicting a Comanche hunter's encounter with a predator.
It's metaphor. It's got a bunch of subtext. It's really good, exciting action, compelling characters, a predator that feels scary.
In a world that feels like, oh shit, how do they deal with a predator?
Yeah.
Yeah. Which you might think, isn't a predator meant to be like, I don't know, this big beastly thing, this apex predator that has all the weapons and all the skills to kill everyone? Shouldn't it always feel like a big scary thing?
Arguably.
No, not in what they do in the other films. So now next we have The Predator 2018. So we had a 4-year gap. That one is Predator returns to Earth and a group of soldiers and scientists must stop them. This one's set in 2018, I believe. That one's also directed by the Shane Black, who directed The Nice Guys, a very good film that not a lot of people give credit to.
And also directed this, a bad film that not a lot of people give credit to. And quite frankly, good.
Good.
Sorry, I know we're not necessarily reviewing the quality yet, but it's very hard not to say anything about that.
Next, we have Predators, stranded on a Predator game reserve planet. A group of humans must survive the ultimate hunt. That came out in 2010. Should I give a quick rundown of these and then we can go more in depth into
Yes,
each of
let's
them?
do that. This is great.
Alien versus Predator. Then we have, you know what? Well, I'm going to stop explaining all the little details. We'll go into those when we.
No, this is good.
Okay, fine.
This is perfect.
Whatever. Aliens versus Predator. You
You're
might
not
think
doing the second one first?
I am.
Requiem.
No.
Say the name of the thing.
Oh, sorry, Requiem. Aliens vs. Predator, Requiem, 2007. The sequel to the crossover taking place in a small Colorado town.
Is it?
Then we have
Does it?
Alien vs. Predator, the first crossover film set in Antarctica where the predators and xenomorphs clash in an ancient pyramid. Then we have Predator 2, 1990, moves the action to urban Los Angeles, where a new predator hunts in a gang-ruled city. This one's set in a future 2000 and something.
I feel like it wasn't even. I think it was set in 97 and came out in 93 or something.
It came out in 1990.
Oh.
And then we have
Something like that.
Predator, 1987, the first film in the series featuring Arnold Schwarzenegger's character Dutch facing off against a predator in a Central American jungle. Now,
Get to the chopper.
let's quickly talk about Prey.
Okay.
And talk
Great.
about how much we like it.
Yep.
And what we can remember from it.
Struggling to remember.
over
I
a
just
year.
remember liking it.
It has the main character is a Comanche woman. And like I said before, it's kind of sick that it's just like, I don't know, people without that much means. Not saying like Comanche people compared to other people didn't have means. Just
No one did.
No one did
Fucking
at that
sticks
time.
and a gun that doesn't work.
right? Yeah. So, I don't know. It's just great. It focuses on what I feel like Predator should be, which is a fearsome thing hunting someone down and they're barely scraping by.
Yep. I loved how much of it was no dialogue because the predator doesn't speak English. The French huntsmen don't speak, well, I shouldn't say English. They don't speak Comanche. And Amber Midthunder's character, Naru, doesn't speak any of their like. No one speaks anything, so it's all just like physical and miscommunications and stabbing each other. It's great.
It's really, really good. It does have some connections to the other film. There's like a...
He was so confused for so many months.
I still don't get it. There's like a post-credit scene or something with a gun, but it's from the future or the past.
Now, you got to remember, this one came out last,
Yeah.
but it's also the one that's set earliest. It's a prequel. So this happens first, and so it's calling forward to things that we still don't know anything. It's been too long.
Yeah.
We forget.
We don't
know anything.
I feel like if I watched the films all back to back, I wouldn't get it.
Nah.
Even front ways.
I don't get anything.
Even in nonological order.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. The film also looked really pretty. And the gore looked
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
It looks satisfying.
Yeah.
There's a bear in a bit of it.
Yep.
And that's a really fun thing because bears, even now, are scary as hell. If a bear's chasing you, you're fucked. So that was kind of a nice, I don't know. It's like, oh shit, there's a shark that attacked us. Oh fuck. Now what if there was a bigger shark? Like that, we're going to need a bigger boat sort of thing. What's that from?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Maybe it's Who Sank the Boat by Pamela Allen.
Yeah.
Still going on children's books.
It's that.
I can go all day. I think the way she finally defeats the predator is clever. No spoilers. Just really creative.
But yeah, no, like I like that, like the bear was like, it's like, oh shit, here's an apex predator of Earth. And that's really scary. And now we have this other thing.
I like the title, Prey, and I like that who's the prey and who's the colonizers and who performs violence on who, and it actually means something.
It does.
That's nice.
It is. Yeah, I don't know. It was really big props.
They keep saying they're going to do another one, and I'm like, don't rush it, but also, could you please make that other one?
Yeah. This is what people keep saying they should do with the Terminator franchise. Chuck a
Take it back.
Terminator.
Yep.
I don't know, ancient Egypt or something.
Yep, let's see it.
Send him into, I don't know.
I'd watch it.
1600 BC Africa.
Yep.
You know? Chuck him in a random time and see how people cope.
Yep.
That's fun.
That's fun.
It's like, you know what it's like?
What's it like?
Chucking a bunch of rats in a cage.
Yep.
And then
with some beef.
chucking some beef in there.
Yeah.
And then setting it on fire and just seeing how it goes.
Oh, great. Yep.
You know?
And that's
High
something
pressure
you want to
situation.
see more of, just to be clear. You
Honestly,
want to see more rats being burned
I
alive.
thought of that analogy.
Yeah?
As I went on. I honestly,
Really? You never would have known.
I was once again challenging your analogy energy.
Okay.
It's like setting up
Yeah.
a big field full of pink elephants.
Yep. In the
Anyways,
sense that
so I thought what we could do is cap off each talk of each film with our letterbox reviews.
Oh, jeez. Oh, this
Just
is gonna
give
be
us a bit of a
embarrassing. I don't remember any of these.
refresher.
Also, I didn't prep. I'm going to have to find
No,
them.
I've got them.
You've got
them.
both? You've got all
Yeah,
of them?
yeah.
You are a genius.
Thank
Wait,
you.
did I say anything embarrassing and or stupid?
So your review of Prey was 4 stars, first of all.
Yep.
Should have been 5. Your review was, Chloe Zhao was a bold choice for the direct-to-streaming Pocahontas live-action remake, but I reckon it worked out.
Oh, I'm proud of that one.
That's pretty good. That is pretty good.
So much going on there.
My review is 4.5 stars and a like.
Should have been 5.
Well, this is my first time watching a Predator movie, and it was so good. I'm so excited to go back and watch the rest. Could be one of my new favorite film series.
That's cute.
Yeah.
So, as a cap off each of these films, we'll talk about it a bit.
Yep.
We will do our 2 letterbox reviews.
Yep.
And then I will say the difference in star ratings between our letterbox reviews, which was half a star.
Half a star. Nice.
Pin in that, leave it there, don't worry about it.
Awesome. Our next film was The Predator, 2018. Once again, Shane Black. What did you said that this one was bad?
Boo and bad.
Do you remember anything about it?
I only remember 2 things, which is the post-credit scene and that bit where 2 guys were impaled on 2 separate trees and both shot each other at the same time as best friends.
That was
/
really
gay
fun.
lovers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't remember what happened. This was the movie where the kid with autism had
this was that one.
superpowers because he could read the Predator's technology because he has extra brain power because he's autistic.
Predator dogs, though.
Yeah.
Our first exposure to predator dogs.
Wild introduction to them, if I might say so myself. I remember there was someone jumping off a train or a big car in this
There
one.
was that horrible CGI at the end where they're on like the predator UFO thing and it's they're just on nothing.
Yeah.
Just slipping and sliding over this green screen.
Bad CGI.
Yeah.
Was this the one with a bunch of teenagers in the town, or is it that a different one?
Yeah, that was... Wait a minute. No, that was a different one.
Okay, all right. Yeah.
Was this the one where there's 2 predators?
There was at least 2 predators.
There was multiple predator
One-
factions and we were like, we don't have the context for any of this.
and we didn't get it
Turns
later
out,
on.
no, there's none.
No, so there was
That's all you get.
There was a predator who defected or something like that and was on the run on Earth.
Rebellitor, if you will.
I don't know what you said, but so I'm just going to move on.
Earballs. Anyway, what were you saying?
Was on the run, so the humans got to team up with one of the predators somehow.
Yeah, I guess.
And then there were a bunch of scientists. And so the post-credit scene was, what if we had a Predator Iron Man suit? And then the next film obviously was like, fuck that, we're going back to 1719, which thank God for that decision.
Goodness.
Do you want to see a Predator Iron Man suit?
Nah.
All right, never mind them.
It was just vaguely more memorable than the rest of the movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like maybe that's where it should have started, question mark?
Oh, Predator Iron Man suit?
Yeah, rather than nothing happens for 90 minutes and then Iron Man suit.
In this one, they name the Predator. They say, what is it? And like, I don't know, the regular people are like, what's going on here? Or the person they bring in is like, what's going on here? To the scientists, like the government scientist people. And they're like, well, we've noticed that it hunts people down and it likes to find the most beefy person, the most one with the most rat beef, and it kills it and it keeps its skull. So it's some sort of predator.
Boo.
Boo. Big boo.
Boo and bad.
Big boo and bad.
What do we have to say about that?
What did we have to say about that? So you know how I said I had all of them?
Yeah.
All of our reviews ready to go? By that, I meant I'm just searching it up on Letterboxd every time.
That's okay. Do you want to like leapfrog so I can get the next one up and hand you the phone?
No, I got it. I got it.
Great.
So your review for The Predator, 1.5 stars. I feel like I would have been better off with a fight scene compilation from YouTube. Early on in this movie, I conceded to Jett that we could add the Alien movies to our reverse binge, and I'm regretting that big time.
Feel like that held up. Foreshadowing.
Massively. I think this was also the start of when I started guessing the plots of these films.
Yeah.
With radical accuracy.
Yeah.
I started making claims willy-nilly, and all of them came true.
Yeah.
Every single film.
It's frankly exhausting.
Wow, I thought it was fun.
It was.
My review of this is 1 star, and it is, this is my Suicide Squad.
Boo.
Because it's a big team, and they're in a plane at one point and chatting to each other like at the start of that film, Suicide Squad by David Airbender. And it just had a similar scene. Oh, and it had a bunch of, I think it had some needle drops as well. Of like, here's this famous song that you can bump your head along to and pretend like what you're watching doesn't make your stomach turn.
Difference between our reviews, 0.5 star.
0.5 star. Next we have Predators, which you might think, is that the second film? Nope.
Nope.
Is The Predator the first film? Nope. Predators, once again, it's on a it's the Hunger Games.
Yep.
We're doing the Hunger Games. Peak of the Hunger Games time. No, not really. That came out in 2012, I think. So this is...
Coasting on the coattails of the Hunger Games.
No.
What, before? What was this?
2010.
Oh, shit.
The Hunger Games coasted on the coattails of this. Sorry.
I didn't believe it for a second.
What do you think of... What if we had Predator but Hunger Games?
I
think I like it.
Predators. I respect this movie.
All right. What do you respect about it? Do you
That it
respect
did something.
Do you respect a surprise fish? What's his name?
Lawrence Fishburne?
Yeah.
This confused the heck out of us because about halfway through this movie and for about maybe 20, 25 minutes, Lawrence Fishburne is there and giving an incredibly dedicated performance as like a guy who's stranded on the Predator planet, driven insane by the isolation.
Yeah.
And we were like, wow, cannot wait for the backstory of this guy in future movies. Cannot wait to see how this guy ends up here giving this incredible performance.
Yeah. Nothing.
He never shows up again.
Not once.
Which I think makes this even better.
Way better.
I love the commitment.
Yeah.
I love the dedication. I love the nonsense. I love how he smokes them out at one point. He'll betray them at the drop of a hat.
Yeah. And you sort of see, you're like, this guy's really fucking crazy and clearly is
Talks
like,
to the walls and shit.
has only been here this long because he's done some
Completely paranoid.
bad shit. Great performance.
I respect Adrian Brody as a casting choice. I respect the twist villain towards the end. I don't like this movie very much, but I respect it.
Who was a twist villain?
Remember?
No. Was it
the doctor guy or whatever?
What?
Doctor guy, the one who was like, oh, I'm just like, the guy who was played off as nerdy the whole time and like not physically capable, and then it was like, guess what? I've been stabbing everyone the whole time or whatever. I
Yeah.
don't remember the details. I just remember we were both like, fair.
I guessed that.
Yeah,
twist.
I know you
I'm
guessed
just trying
that.
to think. Topher Grace, yeah, Venom
Yeah,
from Spider-Man
yeah,
3.
yeah.
He's good.
You're talking about Tom Hardy. I was like,
No.
no bad.
No. This one had some pretty good casting. Walton Goggins was in this one.
Yes.
Danny Trejo was in this one.
Yeah.
Machete himself.
Yeah.
So good.
Dies in an empty field. Great scene.
Mahershala Ali was in this one.
Yep.
This
I forgot
was
about that.
a fantastic cast. A really, really good cast.
Anyway, what do we rate it? Like we've overhyped this movie.
Reuben's review, 2 stars. I really enjoyed the fact that between the two of us, Jett and I can guess every twist in these movies.
Yeah.
Before you roll your eyes, bear in mind, we are watching them backwards.
Yeah, lame review.
No,
It's fine.
it's good.
Not my
It's
greatest
good.
moment.
Here's mine, 1.5 stars. My enthusiasm and enjoyment for this film went up as my speculation of Robert Rodriguez's involvement in this film went up.
Yes.
So,
He executive produced it, maybe?
yeah, and midway through this
And
film,
his production company did the production, did the
yeah.
design, did the...
it did something.
Something.
They're involved, and you can tell. You're like, I smell a little bit of. I can taste it on the tip of my tongue. That Robert.
Difference between our reviews?
Half a star.
Again, we do not plan this stuff. We do not talk about our reviews.
We never do.
First rule of Letterboxd. You talk about Letterboxd all the time to everyone. You don't fucking shut up about Letterboxd. Once you start, you become an evangelist for this site.
What's the second rule of Letterboxd?
Don't tell anyone what you're reviewing until it's up.
So, next we have Aliens vs. Predator Requiem.
Huge boo.
Huge boo.
Not just bad,
I don't remember this one.
but also like bad.
Oh, this was. Wait,
But
no.
also bad. You know, like not just like campy or silly.
Yeah.
Just bad. Not like just poorly made or paced. Bad. And
Yeah.
not just like, it's not very good, but it doesn't do any harm with it. Just bad.
This
Very
one,
bad.
This one that was the one that felt like a bad, like, 90s Scream
Fanfic.
horror film, you know?
Yep.
I guess a bad fanfic.
There's a predator going around juicing up all the evidence of the aliens being there or of the predators being there. And I think the military blows everyone up at the end. And it's like, ooh, commentary. And there's lots of young people taking clothes on and off.
That's what I meant by like, it feels like a slasher film.
Yeah, it's just bad.
Yeah. I don't really have. I think I blocked this one out, so I don't really have a lot
I think
to
you
say
talk about it
this.
in your reviews, but like, because you have a protagonist who doesn't say anything and can't talk English, and another
Yeah.
protagonist who doesn't say anything and can't talk English, and a bunch of humans who you wish weren't talking English and couldn't say anything.
Yeah.
You really get nothing out of this.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's it. Yeah. Because you, like, Alien versus Predator, you gotta go for one of them. It's like a King Kong versus Godzilla.
Right.
You like, they're both villains, monsters, but like, you have a favorite.
Yeah.
I guess
For
also,
me, it was Predator, because I hadn't seen any other films.
yeah. But when they can't really communicate
Boring and long.
Yeah. You know what a lizard looks like. You know what a gorilla looks like. You
Yeah.
can sort of get some sort of emotion from them.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the alien and the predator still. I was like, yeah, those are good comparisons.
All right. These might be our worst reviews so far
Mm.
in terms of star rating. Reuben,
And quality.
1 star.
Yep.
Requiem, noun. A mass for the repose of the souls of the dead, especially in the Roman Catholic Church. A very fitting title because my soul just died.
Heard it here first, folks.
Yikes. Oofed. All right, my review, 1/2 a star. The choice to have both the protagonist and the antagonist be mute aliens with no clear goals or motivations really brought the quality of this film down.
Difference between our reviews? Half
Half
a
a star. Amazing. Oh, someone commented on my review. Let's
did they
find out. Oh, it was you.
Oh, what did I say?
But the human parts were 4 stars, yeah? No,
That's sarcasm.
all of it's bad.
That's not true.
Next we have Alien versus Predator. This one, what if Antarctica? What if it was all in an ancient pyramid?
What if ancient pyramid?
What if they'd been here forever?
Yes.
Aliens or predators?
Which we knew. We were like, yeah, hello, they've been here forever because we just saw them in the 17 and whatevers.
Yeah. Yeah, and this was the first
Also,
one.
alien eggs?
Yeah, there were alien eggs.
Yeah.
I
And what if
can't-
aliens have been here forever and predators periodically drop in or whatever?
No,
For training.
aliens have been in. Oh, were they using the aliens as
That's what
training?
we kept guessing.
I think that's what it was. So yeah, interesting. Yeah, this was very confusing.
Yes, very.
What do you think? What happened? What do you think?
Having not seen any of the Aliens movies?
Yeah, give me-
Or the earlier Predator movies?
Yeah.
So basically having no context?
Yeah.
What I think happened?
What do you think that whole thing was? About the training stuff or whatever.
Yeah, training. The Predators trapped a mum alien in there and had it lay eggs. And when they need to send out Predators to do their training, or maybe it's just one of their kills or their first kill or something, they send it to Antarctica.
Yeah.
But maybe haven't in a while.
It happens every
Few hundred years or decades or something.
like 300
Periodically.
years, 300. Oh,
Something like that.
yeah, because maybe it lines up with prey, maybe it doesn't. I don't
I
know.
wouldn't know.
Not a bad concept, I guess.
The pyramid stuff was cool. All
Yeah.
the blocks sliding in and out. You're like, oh, now that person's over there.
Yeah, it was weirdly Maze Runner-y.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
But once again, couldn't really care for the aliens or the predators or the humans.
Which seems to be the issue. The
Yeah.
human bit.
There was a big laser that shot into the
I
ground.
remember being hugely relieved, having watched Requiem, that this was at least a movie and not just slop for 2 hours.
It wasn't a bunch of people in suits running around. Also, there was an alien and a predator there.
And a bunch of people in suits running around.
Yeah.
Wasn't very good, was it?
Sorry, not running around in suits because they were naked half the time.
Oh, the aliens and the predators?
No, the people because they were taking
Living that
clothes on
naked
and off.
life.
Oh, what a callback! I don't care.
It's one
for
of
this
those things where
film.
it's like two big Hollywood brands come together and make a thing that's even worse than the things they were already making.
Yeah.
Right?
This is technically called AVP, Alien versus Predator.
Awful.
Yeah, not that.
Doesn't make any sense.
I'm trying to look at the cast here to see if we have any redeeming factors. Like, oh, I didn't know this person was in it.
I don't remember a single person being in this.
There's nothing.
Yeah.
I think all these people aren't worthy of work, and they clearly haven't gotten it since.
Damn.
So, sorry. Your review of this film.
Don't read my review. It's fucking paragraph. It's pages long.
AVP, Alien vs.
Alright.
Predator, 2 stars. So I've made a discovery. It's going to sound lame as hell, but I need you to walk with me here. I'm not sure this is something anyone has ever found. The letterbox description of this movie mentions the wrong continent. Say it with me. Whoever wins, we lose. When scientists discover something in the Arctic that appears to be a buried pyramid, they send a research team out to investigate. Little do they know that they are about to step into a hunting ground where aliens are grown as a sport for the predator race. It's definitely meant to be Antarctica. Antarctica has had a very distinctive shape, which we see in the movie. They name drop Buvatoya.
Yeah, it's some island just off Antarctica.
In the script, the opening scene was shifted from Cambodia to Antarctica long before shooting the film. The novelization also confirms this, and I'm pretty sure that there's an establishing shot that includes the word Antarctica. The point I'm trying to make is this. This is no secret. There's no conspiracy theory here, nor a long-running fan debate. This film takes place in Antarctica. So the real question is, where the heck do letterbox descriptions come from? They're not copied straight across from Wikipedia or IMDb. Is someone writing these? I'm genuinely obsessed. How many films do they add every day? Surely no one is manually adding these. But also, I can't think of any other database that they could reasonably be pulling from. Send help. Better yet, send me the answer.
This confounds me to this day.
I
have no idea where this stuff comes from.
I can tell you where this stuff comes from.
Yeah?
It's from TMBD, the movie database.
Yeah? Can I make a complaint? Do they have a phone number I can ring?
Famously, they are very annoying. The YouTuber, what's that? I don't know, a YouTuber that I like who does cool films.
Also, you sat on this information for like 6 months?
No, I found this out like last week.
Okay, great.
YouTuber, oh, you know him, you're a fan of him. Doesn't matter.
This is IMDb.
No, TMBD.
That's what TMBD?
I don't know, it's something like that.
The movie database.
Yeah, that one. They're complaining because the people that approve films on the movie database don't allow a lot of YouTubers' films that are films.
Yeah, this old debate.
Yeah. So, anyways, I know the source. Ha ha ha. Do you want to hear my review?
I do. Please give us something sane after that rant.
Excellent. My review of this film is, oh God, it's also a long one. I can see into the future. I have the uncanny ability to predict every stupid little detail in the Predator films well before they are revealed to the audience. You may think that that's not an impressive thing, seeing as I'm watching the Predator films in reverse order, literally knowing the future. However, when you take into consideration that, so far, none of these films have any real bearing or connection to the others in the series, I think my ability is pretty impressive. Either that, or these films are really predictably written. 2.5 stars. Yours was 2. What does that give us?
Difference between our reviews?
Yeah.
Half a star.
Amazing. All right, we got 2 films left. Next one is Predator 2. This one, somewhat future Los Angeles, where it's a bit grimier.
Yes.
What did
Lots
you-
of racism.
Yeah. Apparently, a commentary on the racism and
Allegedly.
and stuff.
And yet,
How did we feel about it?
we thought the movie was racist.
Yep.
And bad.
And bad. It was a slog and
It
boring
was so
and bad.
boring. It's a great. It makes sense. Like the previous one was maybe in the jungle or whatever. To bring what happens. It's this thing of like a predator rocking up in the middle of a city.
They're
the
doing a
concrete
Jurassic
jungle.
Park.
Going in. It should be great.
Yeah.
It should work.
Yeah.
And yet
And yet,
it sucks.
it's.
I don't remember why it sucks. It's just nothing happens.
I think the dialogue was really bad.
Oh, the dialogue was awful. People saying just not real things
Mm-hmm.
that no one would ever say.
It felt like RoboCop, but boring. Like an evil RoboCop sounds fun.
Yeah.
Like a RoboCop scouring the streets, killing all these bad people, but then sometimes the good people. And what's going on here? Mystery, but it's just bad. I will say there were some good bits, which were
Doing the same bit as me?
the gore.
Yeah.
There's some really gory bits of like, how did they actually set that up to make those
Oh, yeah. I'm just remembering that bit now.
like kind of, it was good in the way that it was well done, but
Yep.
it makes you feel real icky seeing
Yep.
like the spines of these people strung up from the ceiling and
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. What was the bit that you were thinking of?
yeah, it was similar. It was when police officers or like detectives or whoever they are walk into the scene after we've seen the predator go through that like gang hideout building.
Yeah,
And like there's blood in places it shouldn't be and it doesn't make any sense and we know what happens and you see them like start to put it together but it's so far outside their frame of reference.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, but that's also what they did in Predator 1 as we learned.
Well, we didn't know
later.
that yet.
No. I'm happy to just skip to the review of this one.
Oh yeah, nothing to say.
If you want to do
bad.
that. So for Predator, I've clicked on Prey again. Predator 2. This film stars Danny Glover and Gary Busey as well. Gary Busey was the villain. He was fine. Danny Glover was
Not
the
great.
only like person with some passable dialogue, but still not great. Bill
I liked
Paxton's
his energy.
in this.
I liked his rage.
Yeah.
He was mad about everything in the whole city all the time. But that's not enough to hang a character on.
No. It's not a strong enough hook. Not like the one that's attached to you. All right. Reuben's review, 1 star. I try to come to movies with positivity. There's always something to learn or enjoy or be challenged by. There is that one performance by supporting actor, Judi Dench and Artemis Fowl, or one great shot that snuck its way in. Austerlitz from beneath in Napoleon, or an inspired joke. I don't know, Santa doxing everyone in the Christmas Chronicles. That's why I've never given any film a 0.5 star on Letterboxd in over 2 years of membership. Not through any deliberate policy, but because I've always found that little something to appreciate. A 0.5 star rating feels like an insult to the filmmakers and a concession to the insidious forces of cynicism which populate our world. But I want you to know that this is a decidedly 0.75 star movie that should be pretty grateful right about now for the way your rounding works.
I have an admission to make.
Yeah?
Last week, I reviewed Shark Boy and Lava Girl by Robert Rodriguez.
Yeah?
And I gave it 0.5 star.
Oh my God! You gave that 0.5 star, not this? No, that's worse, I think. I think that's
My
worse.
first one ever.
Wow. How do you feel?
Like it was a shit movie.
You're in the weeds. You've lowered down
That's
to our
right.
level.
I'm striking below the belt now.
You're no better than the rest of
Everyone's
us.
fair game.
Now, my review, 0.5 star. I don't care how much you try to stay positive. Sometimes a shit movie is a shit movie. Call it what it is.
Difference between our reviews? 0.5 star.
Begrudgingly. All right, now the most recent film we watched, and also the first film in this series,
If you say so.
Predator. What did you think of this movie, Reuben?
I don't think Arnold Schwarzenegger's a very good actor.
No, famously very bad.
He's fine.
Yeah.
I think everyone around him here is better, though, which doesn't help, because you have to watch them all die.
Yeah. Yeah, he wasn't, I don't know, he's very stale. He's got his one, he's an action
Great
figure.
physical performance, obviously, because he's a wrestler. But
Yeah.
I need a little bit more to hang my emotions on, I guess. I liked that they started off as like a macho, guns blazing special forces team, and they all died. And I like the Predator movies when it's protagonist, Predator, and third thing but good. So not Alien. Like another group, like the Hunters in Prey.
Oh, don't have to be good people, but
just an interesting third faction.
Yes.
To just throw in there. Like a bear, for example.
Yeah.
So I like that.
Yeah. Yeah, this was good because I think sometimes, Predator is kind of the most interesting when there's when the Predator is a surprise third thing.
Yep.
When
Okay, fair.
the heroes have a goal that's tangible, that isn't just, we got a predator on the loose, I guess we got to fight this predator. No, it's the heroes have something, because I don't know, that's just too kind of out there. But to be, I don't know, have a goal, be pursuing that, realizing, oh, this is a terrible situation. Also, there's something hunting people.
And I love watching them figure out what the capabilities of the Predator are, which even like if we know them, because we're going backwards or just because we know things about the Predator from 40 years of pop culture, it's still fun to watch them figure it out if it's done well.
Yeah.
Like the first half of this movie especially is a lot of just like people walking through the jungle, but it's surprisingly compelling. I was surprised.
Yeah, I was surprised too.
But it's no Prey.
It's no Prey. Prey's the best one.
Easily.
Someone at work today, because I mentioned this, that we'd done this at work, and someone at work said, yeah, I watched Prey. I don't really care for it though. Like, I know it's not a popular opinion. And I was like, fuck you. No. Like, what do you mean? They're like, yeah, no, I found it boring and they focused on the main character too much. I'm like, that's the main character.
What the fuck?
It just got
Was this the
dragged
same
down
person who likes the board game Sequence?
No.
Okay.
No, and they were like,
Your work sounds awful.
I like it when there's more going on, the more predators. I'm like, you like when there's more? Why do you think that it's better when it's so much worse when there's more than one predator?
You don't care about anything. Nothing has any weight.
Right?
You don't know which one's which.
Yeah.
Don't lie to me. You don't know which one's which.
Can't distinguish. Oh, this one has these extra
you
lines
don't
on its
know what's
mask and blah,
going
blah,
on.
blah. They're both dark blobs, and they're always in nighttime because CGI does not look good in the daytime.
I think I like the Predator movies when no one's saying anything and it's just a physical contest. Because that happens in Prey and that happens in this one.
Yeah.
The last half hour of the movie is just two creatures hitting each other with sticks and mud.
And you have
guns.
You have that good prep, which is a nice callback to Prey.
Yeah.
Where this person...
Again, not a callback.
Nonologically it is. When
You're right. You're so right.
When Arnold Schwarzenegger... Dutch. When Dutch is like, great, I know that there's this thing. I know enough about it.
Yeah.
I know the predator. I know how to call it, and I've figured out how to hide from it.
Yep.
So I've got a period of time in which I can set myself up to create a trap that I think will kill it, and I just need to lure it into that. I need to figure that, and obviously it's going to go wrong, and then it's going to be physical fighting. But like that's really,
It's really good.
it's like a suit up scene, you know?
It's set up and payoff too for the next like 20 minutes.
Yeah, it's really, really fun. That being said, Dutch is a fucking idiot.
Go on then.
So the
What have you
predator
got?
has heat vision, right? Like infrared vision. Can only see people, maybe only when the mask's on, but
I
like
think the mask is heat vision.
yeah.
Yeah.
So when
We
Dutch
should know by now.
we should. When Dutch gets covered in mud, the predator can't see him. So that's what gives him time to craft his massive rat trap.
Yeah.
You got something to say?
Yeah, we're going to make predator steaks.
So the issue that I have is that Dutch, when he calls on the predator, when he's like, all right, it's time to fight, he does it after dusk, like after the sun sets. Sorry, I just needed to make sure I said dusk. Yeah. When it's nighttime, which means, great, the predator can't see you because you're covered in mud, but also it's fucking dark in the middle of a forest in South
can't see the
America.
predator.
You can't see shit either.
Yep.
Do it in the daytime.
I mean, the predator can go invisible.
Yeah, but also...
Like you're forgetting the minor detail that you can't see this motherfucker anytime.
Okay, but also, he's got some like slight light refraction
Yeah,
thing,
okay, yeah,
which I think would be easier to see when it's
it
not
wasn't.
pitch black.
I will pay that.
He's
I will
an
pay that.
idiot. So, like spoilers, he wins, but
I wish he
whatever.
didn't.
You wish he died?
Yeah.
Wouldn't have a sequel.
Arguably a good thing.
That's a joke because he doesn't show up in any of the other films.
Which I will credit them with restraint.
Yeah.
Impressive.
Impressed.
Also, I just don't think anyone returns for more than one. No one is in more than one of these because I don't think they can convince anyone to come back. Name someone who's in two. Even the Alien vs. Predator films, completely different cast.
Yeah.
Right? Makes you think.
Yeah. I guess
Makes you think, why are we still doing this?
Well, they got to a good one.
Answer Prey.
So your review for this is 3.5 stars. Oh, I get it. Now that I get it is a link, and that link opens up.
You didn't tell them about all my deep research links in the Antarctica one, but
No.
that's fine. Every second word of that thing was a link.
I know.
I looked up the specific pages of the novelization of Alien vs. Predator.
I've
You
never
didn't credit me
clicked.
with any of that.
I'm just giving the audience the links that I've personally clicked on.
Okay.
I didn't click on any of those in that
Well, I
one.
want you to know that they're there.
So for this one, it links to the Wikipedia page of the Iran-Contra affair.
Yeah. Google it. You don't have to tell them about it. We've got no time for this.
Sick. My review.
Basically, Reagan did a bad thing. Wow, shock horror. You're up.
My review, 3 stars. Predator has become prey to prey because now prey is a better predator than predator, but props to Predator for never falling prey to the preceding 5 predators.
Really good review.
Thank you.
Difference between our reviews? Half a fucking star!
And that wraps up our long Predator nonological saga. How do you feel?
How do I feel?
Yeah.
Tired.
Yeah, me too.
Drained.
If
Like
you-
I have wasted my life. How do you feel?
I'm proud of us.
Are you?
Yeah.
Why?
Because we did a fun thing. And this is our try everything era.
Our try everything era was just watch first Predator.
No, was do all
Everything
these
else was way
nonologically.
before.
But retroactively, they're trying. Shut up. Okay. If you could rate all of the Predator films
Yep.
out of 5 stars,
Yep.
letterboxed rules, what would you rate them?
Different to the ratings that you just went through?
Yeah, no, all collectively.
All collectively?
And your experience, the nonological Predator experience.
1.5 stars.
1.5.
You?
I would give it a solid 3.
Really?
Yep. You know
Really?
why?
Why?
Because I had fun.
You know that's 6 out of 10?
It dragged for a long bit, but I got to enjoy it with you. We got to have laughs. You know, even the worst ones were kind of sometimes
Kind
the
of fun
best.
to just yell at the TV.
And I would recommend doing this. Would I recommend doing it nonologically?
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, it's more
Otherwise,
fun.
what do you? I watched all the Predator films. Cool.
Yeah.
Cool, man. You've caught up on some bad movies. But I watched all the Predator films backwards. That is something.
Yeah.
You have done something. You know what? I'm back on board.
Yes.
You convinced me.
How many stars?
1.5 stars.
Okay.
But I'm 1.5 stars and a like.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna stick with 3 and no like.
Okay.
If I reckon that other people should do this. So go ahead and do it.
I don't.
Let us know if you do.
For the record.
Or find a film series
Yes, do that.
which you haven't seen.
Yes, there's
watch
so
them
many.
nonologically.
Watch all the Star Treks backwards. What happened?
Yeah.
I don't know.
All the Planet of the Apes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great.
If someone hasn't seen any of the Marvel films,
There's
go
too
ahead.
many.
No, why not?
No, do
No.
phase 1 backwards.
But they're more
do
enjoyable.
phase 1 backwards.
Yeah, sure.
Start with Avengers.
Yeah. Write in. Let us know how you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, huge
Amazing.
fan of the backwards, not a huge fan of the Predators.
Yeah. And that's all for me experiencing Predator for the rest of my life. Oh, shit.
I want
Sorry.
to watch Prey again, though.
you
Can we
gonna-
watch Prey again?
No.
I need a detox.
Well, I'll tell you something
What
for
are you
free.
telling me?
There are future Prey/Predator films
Yes.
coming out. There's one coming out in 2025 next year.
Yes.
Called Badlands.
Yes.
Now this one, it's a standalone Predator film, but like
Right,
when are they
good.
ever not?
Yep.
This is also directed by the same person who did Prey, who also did 10 Cloverfield Lane. I don't know, diverging from the historical backdrop, will feature female lead character, continuing the trend in the Predator franchise. I don't think we really have any information on the setting It's going to be different than Prey. It's not going to be 1719. But I'm excited.
Did it before, he can do it again.
We can go see it in cinemas this time.
Imagine seeing a Predator movie in cinema.
Maybe. I think Prey was direct
It
to
was, but it was
Disney
COVID
Plus.
also.
Yeah, okay.
So surely they will release this one.
Yeah, all right. Awesome.
I swear to God if they don't.
I'm looking forward to it.
I'm excited.
What's our next segment?
Our next segment is Up and Up.
Every time I'm bringing it up, I'm talking about up and up. Not the theme song.
What have I got coming up to start?
Yep, you have to go twice.
Good question. What have you finished? What have you?
Well, I'm following up 37.
All right, you follow that up while I think about
Okay,
what I'm
I
coming
was
up on.
following up 37, the play about football and racism that I talked about last week. And honestly, the football news in the week since then has been just more bad. More bad news. Bad for players, bad for fans. No one's having a good time. And I think I'm done.
With football?
I think I'm done with men's AFL. I just don't care and don't want to put my energy into that.
What's your plan?
I think I'm just going to not go to games.
Switch to
Well, let's be honest, women's AFL.
AFLW, yeah.
Yeah, maybe I will.
They have a shorter season, which is really annoying. I was so hyped last season to go to games,
miss it?
and then I just missed the whole
Yeah.
thing. It was over before I even knew it started.
Yeah, I don't know. I enjoy being on the Matildas bandwagon, but also I don't think soccer's a very fun game to watch. Don't at me. Nothing
it's fair.
happens.
Aren't you a fan of cricket, though?
Netball, yeah, there's always something happening. You just gotta know how to watch it. Probably soccer's the same. But guess what? I don't want to learn. Maybe netball. Maybe netball is my thing now. I don't... Fuck it.
Sure. Find a new sport. I can't wait to
What
hear
if
what
I
it is.
don't?
All right. Anti-sport.
Yeah, I could work with that.
Yeah. Well, famously the AFL helps promote gambling in Australia like a billion times more than any other sport. So
I could do a worse one. I could get into greyhound racing. Is that my new thing?
yeah,
My new personality?
rat racing.
My new personality is horse racing, but only the bit where they shoot them and turn them into glue.
Oh my god. I'm gonna move on to the thing that that's coming up for me. Can I do that? Is that okay?
Please.
So the issue is that I've started so many things lately that I actually don't have anything that's really coming up.
Pretend you didn't start one of them.
Well, the thing I was gonna say was comedy festival, but you talked about that already.
Well, you've got more comedy festival. No, pick a different thing. You just said you'd started so many.
Yeah, but
What's the thing you've started?
what have I started?
Yeah.
I'll tell you the things that I've started recently. I've started the video game Sifu.
Great.
I've
We'll talk about that
started
next week.
reading all the young dudes again. I've started.
I have questions.
No, they
Hold
don't get
the
answered.
phone.
They don't get answered until I finish it.
That's never going to happen. You're stuck in an endless loop.
I started something else. I don't know. I've started quite a few things. What do you say? What are you gesturing? You're doing weird gestures. Oh, the video game Jack X. Yeah, I might talk about that next week.
So we haven't started that for narrative purposes.
I'm coming up is gonna be playing more Jack X, which is a fun Jack and Daxter racing combat racing game.
Talk about it next time.
Talk about it next time, maybe.
spoilers.
All right. Now that's up and up.
That is up and up.
Do we have mail, Reuben?
We do have mail.
Oh my god.
We have 2 mail.
What's
One mail.
do
clip.
our mail tune, our mail theme song?
What?
Yeah, our mail theme song. You got to do it every time. No, every time we do it, you
Every
got to
time
do it.
I'm like, if I just don't say it, Jett will just get it from last time.
No, I'm never gonna clip it. Not once. You got to remember it.
You've got mail with Liam the bear. You happy?
No, it was worse than last time. I should have
Fucking,
clipped
you
it.
want another take? We can
No,
just cut
don't do
that.
it. Tell me
You've got mail.
No, I'm gonna talk
Liam
over
the
it,
bear.
and now it can't be used. Tell me what the mail is.
You've got mail with Liam the bear.
That was worse than the first one.
Jesus Christ, I'm sick. I'm unwell.
Never gonna be good enough.
Should Reuben pay $100 to join the Deacon chapter of the Golden Key International Honor Society?
Oh, what were the results? Was this a poll?
This is a poll.
All right, and what are the results?
Which I am legally bound
Shit.
to follow. I know. No, 0 votes. Yes, 1 vote.
Who was the vote?
We don't know. It's not Instagram, it's a Spotify poll.
Did you put it on Instagram as well?
Yep.
What did you
I
get
don't
on
think we
Instagram?
got anything. Or maybe we got 1 for yes. It was very much no one responded.
All right. Are you still legally obligated?
Well, there's 4 hours left.
All right.
So I'm incredibly tempted to go and have a vote, but I shan't. I shan't go and vote no.
I won't hate on you if you sway the vote. If you buy some votes.
I'll consider it.
Buy votes for $100.
$100 each. Can I buy your vote?
I think I already voted. I think the vote was me on both platforms.
Okay. Well. So that's one mail.
We got another mail?
We got another mail.
What is it?
It's a letter?
Give it to me.
Jesus Christ,
Give it
all
to
right.
me. Give me. Ah.
Aggressive.
All right, this letter.
You can't open it yet?
Why
What
not?
does it say on the front?
It says stinishedit@gmail.com.
Okay, just checking, because if it doesn't say that, we have to burn it.
Legally, we're legally
Legally.
required to do a lot of things. Why
We
the
are.
fuck
This
won't
is a really
open?
legal-heavy episode. I've said it before. I'll say it again. We need someone in our social circle who does law so that they can, like, check our contracts and stuff and just, like, give us general small bits of advice. So if you are out there, if you are a part of the stinishedit community and you do or have done or want to do law, tell us. Hook us up. We need law. Help.
All right.
Help.
This
We don't
letter,
know what we're doing. Help.
This letter. It says, I have finished Daisy Jones and the Six. I
Nice.
can confirm that they are, probably, not detectives. Great book. Super well written. Thanks for the recommendation, Jett. Liam.
Thanks, Liam.
That's really cute.
Wow, great.
I don't know what I was talking about. What the fuck is the detectives thing?
Daisy Jones and the Six.
Yeah, who's the detective?
We had the wonderful friend of the pod, Charlie Cantoni Budd, on as a guest.
Yes.
And you said Daisy Jones and the Six. And then we talked for 5 minutes about how that sounded like a detective story. And then you died of exasperation and failed to properly explain Daisy Jones and the Six. No, just kidding. You told an alright story about a band.
That sounds pretty fun. Well, I'm glad that this person really enjoyed the book.
I'm glad you're glad, but I'm mad annoyed that they're not detectives.
Well, write a sequel. Write in to the person who
I don't
wrote
have
it
time for that.
and say, hi, what if they were all children
I have to go and rig a poll.
doing murder mysteries in their hometown of Yakima, Oklahoma?
And then a predator and an alien rocked up.
Yeah. And they all grow up and then take their clothes off and put them back on.
Oh, yeah.
I realized as I was going to say that they were still kids in this law. But the thing is, I keep my continuity good. I keep everything wrapped up in a tight little wall.
All right, you wrap up your ear balls over there and finish the pod for us then.
All right, fine. Thank you to everyone for listening to another episode of Stinishedit. If you'd like to get in touch with us, you can email us stinishedit
You
at...
pull this envelope directly down the middle. Listeners, imagine the worst way to open an envelope. Like when I say through the middle, picture the most grotesque thing you can. It's that.
To be fair, I'm holding a mic with one hand, so I had one other
I
hand.
could have opened it and handed it to you.
No,
You said, give me that.
I've been really enjoying ripping our mail to shreds.
Jesus Christ.
You can email us, stinishedit@gmail.com, or if you can find us on the street, you can hand us a little physical mail that says stinishedit@gmail.com on the outside of it. If you don't, we'll burn it. Maybe we get a PO box at some point so that people could actually mail us stuff. Who knows? I don't know. Well, we don't want to give our address out. We already doxed one person this week. Don't want to dox ourselves as well. No, not Ashley. We gave out Joseph Green's number.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
If you enjoyed the pod, you can rate us 5 stars on your podcast app of choice. You can also maybe give us a little review. If you write a review, we might see it. If we happen to see it, we might read it out. Thank you to Hetty Moysey for our lovely, lovely podcast art. And also, tell a friend about the show. If you enjoy the show, tell a friend about the show. I don't think anyone would believe you if you just went up to someone and you said, hey, I like this show, and you didn't recommend it to them. Like if I ever get caught liking something and not immediately telling Reuben about it, I don't really like it. I'm a fake fan.
It's true.
Immediately tell someone about the podcast. Word of mouth is how we get into our words to ears.
It is. What a
goes
weird phrase.
Word to mouth to
Like what
mouth
other
to
words are
ears.
there? Like word of elbow. Ah, yeah. Just big nudges. Just nudge them, then throw the phone in their face. Like, podcast.
And that's it for our podcast. On that note, I'm gonna wrap this thing up. And I've also I've figured out a way to get out of this.
Oh, yeah?
I have a saw. Mm-hmm. I thought
Wait a minute.
instead of having my leg attached to this, why not just to be 2 feet? I need to join a 3-legged race tomorrow, and I realize I don't need 3 feet for that.
Oh, my God! Oh, God!